Welcome back to another episode of What the Hell a Chart is Doing. No, I'm just kidding. We're just doing another NQ review. Now, if you watched my video this morning, or if you watched the video from last night, I'm telling you exactly what the market should be doing. Do people listen? No. That's okay. Well, no, I'm kidding. Some people listen. But what did I tell you? I told you what direction that I was looking for. I told you why I was looking for it. If you don't remember, go back and watch the video that I posted either last night or this morning, probably this morning. My bad, smoking wood real quick. But long story short, we are going to talk about not just our Goldbach levels, of course, but I wanted to talk about how perfect this was and why. Now, when you're looking at it in hindsight, right? It's as easy as what I told you about. Yes, we were bullish in London. I had buys in here. Okay. Now, the entire time, right? We took out Asia's high. I was aiming at London high from Monday, and we had this liquidity in from Friday's high here. Okay. Perfect turtle soup. Now, a lot of people were in this area here and started getting really confused. Now, it's understandable only for two reasons. All right. Now, when you're looking down here, right? A lot of people don't understand what I mean by market organization. It's not just about time and price. It's not just about your dealing ranges. You need to understand that every session has a function. Okay. Once you're really hip to these functions, things will come to you a lot cleaner in terms of narrative. And so whether you're trading micros, you're trading minis, you're trading Euro USD on forex, it does not matter. All right. Now again, I mentioned to you guys before, I'm not a PM session trader. Why? Because the shit I want to do be done by 1 o'clock. It's done. I don't really have to look for all these reasons to overtrade. 1 o'clock. I'm done. I got done at 12. And yes, it's my DOL. I'm not staying anymore or whatever, right? Even the runner got taken out down here because again, I wasn't looking for this Monday low. One of my students, he's really cool. His name's Nigel from Singapore. That's my guy right there. And so Nigel was saying, and I agree, we have FOMC tomorrow. So I am looking for this still as a draw of liquidity. So far, I'm looking at, and like I said, with these highs up here, I still have my eyes on these. Okay. Just because the liquidity offered to us above these highs is so abundant. Like I was saying, I'm not in a position to where I really feel like ignoring these yet, although this originally came from a dealing range high. Now, I don't want to talk more on that. If you were in the Discord, and I'll keep annoying you about it too. So if you were in the Discord, we talked on that about the contract rolling back. So, long story short, where's the lighter? Bro, what the I just had the lighter. It's almost to the point where it's like, I mean, I typically put it in the same spot, but hold on. Now, me personally, another thing about me, because you learn something about me every video. It's like, I guess it's on purpose, I guess it's by accident or whatever, but it's slightly in between both. But my Gatorade is typically next to my water, right? Or my ginger ale, whatever. And the lighter is on the left side. And like I said, it's somebody who you're speaking to that has like, my OCD is not like super, super bad to where like everything has to be in place, but it's just certain things has to go a certain way. And so, again, it does mess with my anxiety. Um, Trading itself doesn't give me anxiety anymore. It used to when I was just starting. Um, Fun fact about me, bro, and why I'm so into um, like understanding the real draw of liquidity, okay, is because you need to come in and say, you know what? I understand when price want to give me a long-term low or a longer-term low versus what is literally a draw of liquidity that should not be able to be sustained in the marketplace for very long. And we take this Asia out by the time we get to PM session. And look at the ability for price to get back down. How low resistance that was. That's what I'm giving you. So when I told you this morning, yo, you might start looking for sells. We already took out the buy side. So what else are you waiting for? And look, let's be honest. It's above here. Nothing. Thank you. And it's funny that you're looking at price action right now. Well, Jay, we're retracing. So do I do. What do you mean, what do you do? Nothing. You wait to do all this shit over again. Now, again, my trade plan, right? I trade Tuesday to Friday, and I trade London session. Typically when we have no news, I'll trade London and New York. I'll trade New York every day anyway, but typically I like to trade London first, then New York. Now, this Judah swing, right? Let's talk on that really quick before we get to the rest of the day. All right. Now, what's cool about this Judah swing, right? It's clean, very clean. How do we know it's a Judah swing? Time. And the structure here, very typical. And typically it's not going to stop until London, or if you're lucky, it's not going to stop till 8. Okay. Now again, I talked about midnight here. Now, like I said before, I try not to like go and cover the actual candle while we're studying this. Okay. And the funny part is when a lot of people were up with me last night trading London and I got us into buys, I gave us the draw of liquidity, right? So we were trading upward. Okay. But this is the thing, all right? I want you to understand this, that we talked about AMDX, XAMD on this channel, but on a lighter note, when Asia moves, London will not, bro. Typically, it's going to wait for New York. And what I mean by that, do you see how, like, again, all this upward price action had an objective? We talk about the high, obviously. Now, why did that not do what I wanted to do? Hold on one sec. You can see I finally remembered I had a touchscreen today. There we go. Now, popping in, right, just with this, we see how we took out the high here. Now, anything above this high, you already understand my perspective. We are no longer bullish. We need to start looking for sells. That's how I frame that. Now, when you go into this high here, right? Obviously, we talk about the objective is slightly above. Are we going to stop just because it's like the end of London? And typically the Judah swing is over here. But we have an objective fully. Two objectives, actually. So when you see this Judah swing, right, it needs to generate all the sheep going into the slaughterhouse, right? Forcing everybody into cells. And why do we know that's correct? Everybody who missed this motherfucker right here wants to get in a cell so bad, bro. I'm telling you. And what happens is, again, retail has no idea about, oh my lord, why? I smoke too much. Everybody saw that price swing there and was like, you know what? Damn, I really wish I was in cells. So when you see all this massive retracement here for the PM, then going into Asia, we have another consistent set of candles going downside. They think that just how it stopped here, watch. See how right here, it gave a small retracement and then back down. They think that this is another opportunity to do the same, right? You see how these are similar levels, right? I'm just giving you the retail perspective. So that's what they start to think about. So us obviously understanding the assignment, we know that price is not bearish here. Damn well. Now, the important part, I want you to check this out. This is something that I brought up. And I could talk about it here again. I don't mind. Pretty much like anytime I drop a concept here, um, it's pretty much after the majority of my mentorship, and my students are comfortable with all the basics. And again, I respect my students. I respect them. They pay a lot of money to learn how crazy this shit is. And I respect them. I respect you guys too, because you spend your time with me. If you don't spend your money with me, you spend your time with me. And I still teach you cool shit. Now, what I'm going to teach you, right? Watch this. We talked about this on Judah swings, or pretty much any swing in general, right? Obviously, AMD is never going to stop, and it goes in order. So typically, when you're looking for a Judah swing or looking at Judah swings, right? You're going to have a moment when you're like, yo, I need to evaluate. And then this is if you really want to trade this. I'm not really typically interested until I get to London personally. Unless we have like a heavy news day coming up, like in New York, like um, for example, like I don't know, the FOMC tomorrow, so it might be a good day for a Judas swing, maybe. Could be a good Judas swing today. Just because if you have a lot of volatility, like a CPI, PPI, FOMC going into New York, London is going to be more consolidated. It's going to cause an XAMD on the day. You know what I mean? Because when you get to New York, that is technically like the 90-minute cycle is going to be like 8:30 news is manipulation. It's manipulation. It's forced to happen during that time. Distribution of the day is not till 9 to 10:30 every single day. Got to remember your times, right? So when you're looking at the AMD of a Judah swing, yeah, you're met with like the London, my bad, the Asia Q1 through 4. Then you have midnight. Then you have whatever, right? But going into midnight, this is super fire, bro. I love looking for it early. Now again, I know he talks about it like, yo, look for Judah swings like near midnight, after midnight. Then we can kind of pivot into even like New York opening price and how to trade protraction. A protraction phase is nothing but like a wick being made for a daily candle. All right. But the most important part is you're looking for the vibe between manipulation, distribution, and what your Q1 and 2 did. Look at this in order. Q2 takes out Q1 on the downside first. Q3 is kind of stale here. Why? Distribution is supposed to be, big move. So why is it so consolidated, Jay? And it's so funny, man. You'll have these people who it's one thing to ask a question, but it's one thing to like just try to find inconsistencies in something someone's saying every 5 seconds. Again, trading is not linear. Ready? But you have to understand function. Q3 can start what? Insane move. That's why you need to hold your horses, Jimmy Neutron. Okay. Q3 starts to move. Now, when it goes up like this, how do we know it's going to just spool, 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 even through another Q1, which is either a consolidation or an X if it's trendy, right? X, A, M, D, for sure. Now, outside of that, right? What's also not taken in liquidity yet? Asia high. See? It's again, bro, we talk about market organization. It's the most important thing. So when you see how price needs to have a way to give you liquidity, set up the move, handle the objective, and go to the next one. It's that simple. But you need to be able to say, you know what, let me break this down outside of what am I doing for profits. You need to be able to break the chart down. So when we have these levels open and we start to see why price is so interested in these targets, right? Now, I started here, but I want to go back down to 81 because I used the 81 most of the day. And so did the whole team. Pop down here. And I mean, while it's loading or whatever. I mean, listen, like, bro, like, I'm just so hyped because the Discord is, bro, people go nuts in here, killing it. 120%, bro. Another 3K challenges, three, no, 100K challenges. And he links these together. So killing it with the same move that we made. This is the exact move, like I said. And this is what we're talking about. We were in here looking at the motherfucking Power Rangers, bro. And I'm making jokes about it. Absolutely killing it. 1,300 on the day. Killing it, man. We do this for real. And again, you guys want to know about the narrative on NQ? I actually put it in a special spot. So if you were up on live stream with me last night, I was still posting about it as we were taking the trade. See? So we're talking about when I told you guys about the power of three liquidity that was offered. I said, yo, look for support here. And you see where my TP was. See what I'm saying? So that's TP number one. And then we held it to that Sunday high. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta be understanding of the plan. And look at your Goldbach levels. Like I said, power of three liquidity. That's your support, right? And we start spooling towards that. Now watch. We talk about that breaker level. Remember how I told you that we're going to run that? Now 35 takes buy side liquidity. Don't worry about shit like that right now. But again, these are fake down candles. I could give you the entire narrative. I don't give a fuck what the chart's doing. Once you understand the algorithm, you can never go back. Now we talk about the current 81. Here's that breaker I told you about. I'm telling you before these happen. I don't need these things to, in hindsight, to tell you what the chart's doing. Now again, back to NQ, right? Now look, 81 finally loaded. So here, ready? We're going to upshift this one. Okay. Now watch. Now I'm gonna upshift this, but I'm also put on like a additional range in a second. But my point, look at this. Look, what's hard about this? You telling me that's difficult? Is that not where I expected it? 10:45 in the morning. What's that? Now let's break it down. Let's get rid of all the silly stuff. All right. Well, well, well. Are we surprised we take resistance at an 81 high, right? You're already above. Now let's make sure we still have that draw of liquidity. So I should probably have locked that just now. So here. All right. So our draw of liquidity was here. Our DOL. Okay. Now above this high, right? Watch this. I'll give you a gem that I give in a lot of my students. Oh my God. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to like I told you my foot's fucked up, so um I forgot the blunt was in my hand because this was such a good conversation we're having. Um my foot's still messed up, so whenever I have to move it a certain way from what I'm doing, and like I said, bro, it's not that I can't like go outside and like skate around or go do a nollie flip right now or whatever. Like, it just hurts. It's just not fun. So, um, I should drop some skate footage on this channel. Comment below if you want to see some skate footage. Maybe when we get to like 100 subscribers, I'll drop some skate footage or something. There's some old footage on YouTube. If you guys can find it, uh, that would be crazy. Maybe I'll take it and repost it. It's on another channel, but now, little gem here, right? It's funny, people ask me like, "Yo, I still skate every day." Like, that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to become a full-time trader. I never wanted to be away from skateboarding so much that a job stops me from doing that. I want to be able to skate basically when the fuck I want to, my entire life. And bro, you can already hear it in my voice. Like I'm a passionate person about the things I care about. Um, I care about trading, I care about skating, I care about my family, I care about weed, I care about healthy food. Like I don't really, I'm a simple person. And I really think that trading is just, and we'll talk about this. Hold on one sec. I really think trading is a thing. I think it's just discovering yourself inside the chart as well. You need to have a passion for this, bro. If you don't, this should eat you up. I'm serious. That should eat you up, man. The reason why this is a lower sell area is again, you understand turtle soup. If you don't, go watch my recent video or my previous video. Actually, we'll make an updated turtle soup video. How about that? I'll do that for you brand new. We're above these highs, we're above London. Tuesday is above Monday. Tuesday, in terms of weekly profiles, can easily give you a high of the week, high of the day. London is over New York already in the same day. Optimal trade entry is what? My, let's break this down. Anything above that high, you need to be looking for sales automatically. Buying is done. You need to look at it that way. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but I would suggest you do so. Now here we want 11, right? Yes, sir. Now, this is the cool thing right here. Watch. Now, I give you the indicator 'cause I teach with the indicators, but I trade with all this stuff off. Like I will take the Goldbach levels on and off so I can like show you what I'm doing. But ICT is right, man. Like when you're focusing on price action, you really kind of can't really have all this crap on your screen. Like you need to be able to look at the candles and know what's happening and react. You don't have time to flip through all this stuff here. That comes over time, okay? Don't rush it. But here, you have your macros, okay? Now watch. Now, again, the most popular one that people love, 950 to 1010, people love that. Um, there's so much I can get to about the macro, it's ridiculous. But I will say, let's go down to 1 minute, pop down. All right. Now here, we have a few of these things. All right. Now, expansion macro here. 1050 to 1110, all right? If you understand how a macro works, right? People butcher the macro on the internet all day, and it's interesting. But outside of that, um, the actual application is the spooling within this time frame to a PD array that you can then use for then a massive move. So for example, you see how there's 2 points within these two macros here. This one is a singular trade by itself, okay? And this one is interesting because we talked about how um, price has been inside of a like manipulation, accumulation type of profile. So it makes it like, yes, you're offered like two or three sides, or my bad, two or three times both sides of the marketplace. Is basically what I'm saying. But this is a singular trade by itself. And again, you see how the macro spools down and takes this liquidity. Interesting, right? But now we're at the expansion macro here. Now we get to all this, right? Daily range. And we talk about breakers, mitigation blocks. But when is the last time someone talked about like, I understand like people say, yo, take the first order block, first fair value gap, first turtle soup inside of the macro, right? And that's cool. You can do that. Come down small enough, right? And we can actually set this up. I want to clean this up a little bit. But we understand I delineated this 8 to 11 because we're in a kill zone, right? Do you feel what I'm saying? This is the area you're looking to press the button. If you're in London, you're looking to take profits here. You might be able to hold a runner, but just to avoid shit like this, you need to be systematic with your profit taking. No, don't get emotional about it. No, I don't give a fuck about none of that. And I'll be honest, bro. People focus on psychology too much, where you need to be looking at um, not just psychology, but like why the marketplace is doing what it does. It's not just in your own approach, but how are you operating with your model, your trading strategy, as close as you can to the algorithm's perspective? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now here, right? Goldbach levels. Now watch. Now, I mean, realistically, you have like this. Some might use this as a inverse fair value. Let's here. Let's clean it up, right? Now, we'd have to come onto a higher time frame, but I believe like how it's looking to me right now. There's a ooh, oh yeah, oh no, it's perfect. Look at that. Damn, damn, that is sick. Look at that bearish order block. Damn, look at that bearish order block. And look at the macro right when it starts. 1050 spools right with this wick into your order block, right into your order block level, right above your fair value gap. Mine's blue. Order block partition. of my 81. So this is good for intraday trading. Right when the macro starts, look how perfect that is. And look at that. Up close candle, violated, down close candle. Takes all this liquidity to the downside, right? Liquidity left open here. So then when we spool back to it, that's the reaction point. Perfectly, right on 1050. Another thing about the macro, I'll say this now. It's perfect by time. You think the macro's taking a little while to set up? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's actually starting right when he said it was. You need to understand that. You need to understand how macros work. Hint, time. There's a reason why some of these are weird times. 2:33, 4:03 to 4:30, 9:50 to 10:10. These are, ooh, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's all based on time, okay? And you need to understand that. Perfect bearish order block right at the top of my macro, right? We understand, again, it's the spooling to the structure that gives us insane move. That's the purpose of the macro. And some other things I'm not going to talk about. Once we get back to it, you can use another PD array. Right here, you have a mitigation block. Does anybody talk about how the mitigation block is just a monster often? It's a beast, bro. It's a beast. And people are so focused on the core ones, right? Because they're easier when you're, I mean, even professional ICT traders or people who are versed with the content, right? Let me hit the Gatorade real quick. My point, right? Ooh, my point. Perfect order block from your 81 on your Goldbach level. We understand that Asia was still the draw of liquidity, okay? So that doesn't change all of the consolidation or the retracements, even though they are really, really far. Some of these 1 minute candles are taking out full 27s or going like from one to the next in one candle. And it's terrifying. It really is. But my point though, can I get my point though? Can I show you my point though? Here, I'm gonna give you my point real quick. Right? Now, draw liquidity, session based. We understand that. And you see how, again, we talked about how we are already at the high of a dealing range, spooling down, liquidity was taken. You have, when we came down to the 1 minute, we saw the order block operate the way it did. Now, you still had all this liquidity generated here anyway. So why would this be a long-term low? Some people might mistake that for the optimal trade entry to try to go long. I get that. I understand that. I see why you might have thought that. And then maybe you thought that, again, just because Monday was the low of the week, maybe you shouldn't trade towards that. But then again, that's wrong. You want to wait for Tuesday to get you the vibe. That's why, like I said, I trade Tuesday to Friday. I might scalp on Monday here and there with my students. Yeah, it's fun. But every now and then, I'm looking to trade Tuesday to Friday and really get the vibe, really get the narrative, and straight nail it. And right now, it looks like another breaker scenario, right? See that? I point the breakers out a lot to you guys. I mean, I love breakers. I mean, I love them. And they gave, and look, there's our little breaker imbalance, right? What's cool about this is, let's look at another perspective on this. Let's go to like a higher PO3. Let's pop it downward, I think. Yes, let's pop down. Let's go current. Now, this is interesting only because of this here. I talked on this before, where we had PO3 liquidity that was resting above this. That was cool. So we attacked it and came down. Now, I'm never going to really believe that Asia is going to be a low today. I'm never going to believe it. Like, it does happen, but that's when you know it's going to get attacked again later. I'm never really thinking Asia is going to be solidified. It hardly survives, bro. And again, I understand where, and I want you to watch this overnight. Coming into tonight and tomorrow, I'll do it with you, okay? So, same scenario. We're watching for power of three liquidity here. We have a lot of shared lows. If we go back underneath here, forgetting I have a touchscreen again. I just smoke a lot of weed, bro. I'm sorry. So here, if we get back underneath this dealing range, I would look for, again, this is a nice set of liquidity down here, right? Now it looks like it wants to get taken by maybe FOMC tomorrow. That's what we're thinking. But my thing is, this is so far a Tuesday, which can easily produce the high of the week. But if it's not, I would look for this partition to complete itself and then go from there. Okay. So this high of this 243, when all these lows are shared by 683 here, I would look for I would look for 19,925 is our my group's target. And we're also looking for, what is this? 19,573. Okay. All right. So, yeah, man. I just wanted to tap in with you guys, um, give another market review, and let's check out these liquidity voids really quick. That's our last thing. All right. Now watch this. Let's come down to a smaller time frame to see it, but like I said, I'm giving you guys. I can't even talk anymore. I'm giving you guys these reviews, right? To give you, again, not just how I see the marketplace myself, but again, it's just how I personally understand the concepts. I feel like now I don't need the macros anymore. Don't need sessions anymore. Look at these liquidity voids, bro. Look at that. And look at what it's produced. I love it, bro. I love algorithmic style trading. I mean, however you look at it, the algorithm can't escape from you for very long. Once you understand how it works, where you need to look for certain things, PD arrays you've learned so far are only happening in a certain place. Is it logical to look like right now for this to, hold as a fair value gap? I mean, if you want to, I mean, I'm not saying no, but is it like a weird time of the day to take a trade? Sure. But like I said, bro, time before price. Structure itself can set up. That doesn't mean it's just going to automatically move this thing and be a banger. Time first before price, okay? There is another two videos I think coming out. Um, well, the Discord has some members only videos coming out first, and then I'll do the public ones. So, um, we'll see going into London tonight what we want to do here. Okay. So we still need to talk about SPY. We need to talk about Algo 2. We need to talk about Algo 1. We need to talk about options. So, and I have a Bitcoin special we'll do when we get to like 100 followers or subscribers rather. So this is good. I'll catch you guys in the next fucking video. Man, that was fun.